Hey guys, Jannik from Develop Your Element here. And yesterday we had this class in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, where we had a very aquatic individual have a very emotional reaction when we started talking about relationships, because aquatic individuals are very romantic, sentimental, and emotional. And for them, relationships are very important. However, the challenge for aquatic types is they have so much ease expressing their emotions, but other types do not necessarily have the same ease. Especially when it comes to the more introverted types. And the most introverted type, the metallic type, is a very logical type. It's a very structured type, and they do not really express their emotions much. They are a little bit like Spock from Star Trek or Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory, where they're very direct and very precise with the words, but it is really logical when they communicate. That doesn't mean that they don't have emotions. It doesn't mean that they aren't affectionate. They just communicate affection in a different way. Usually it's done through gestures, through their actions, and they just assume that their gestures communicate this. But if you would like your if you as an aquatic would like, okay. But if you as an aquatic individual would like your metallic partner to communicate more affection and love in the way that you desire and you require, you have to motivate them in a way that they require. So this means logically explaining to them why they should take the time to write you a love letter or send you several messages a day saying, oh, I'm thinking about you, or I love you, I care about you. Because they will not do it naturally, not because they don't feel these things, just because they don't have the natural instinct of communicating in that way. But if you communicate to them in a way they understand, using logic, not emotions, they will understand. And you have to reinforce it through positive reinforcement. Don't make them wrong. Don't tell them, oh, you're not emotional enough, you don't express yourself enough, you're not caring or loving enough. No, don't make them feel wrong or bad for being who they are. On the contrary, just tell them, listen, it would mean the world to me if you were to express yourself a little bit more. If you were to send me a few messages a day expressing that you're just thinking about me, or writing a love letter every now and then. These things, I know for you is not so natural, but for me it would mean the world. And it would make me so happy, and I would be a much better partner because I would feel so much happier and more fulfilled. And that means I might be more generous in some areas. Wink, wink, right? You have to flirt, you have to communicate through kindness, not by making them feel wrong. And this applies to every combination, when there's any contrast. We see it with fiery types and airy types. Fiery types are pushy energy, and airy types, they get overwhelmed by pushy energy. So whenever we have two very contrasting types, we have to empower both types, value the differences, but also communicate what we require, so that we never have a situation where one type feels wrong for being who they are and tries to be something they're not. That's really important. Value the differences, embrace the differences, and learn to receive kindness and affection from every type of personality, even if they communicate in a way that's not the way you naturally would do it. Learn to identify when people are being kind to you, when they're being affectionate, and you will be so much happier. That's all for now. Have a good one.